Then. Dhun. Dhun. It's teeth and tongue. Sheikh Qasim used to teach us. Take your tongue between your teeth. Okay, dhun. Dhan. Dhin. Dhun. Dhan. Dhan. Dhin. Dhun. And then lastly, ghan. Like you have a gun. Ghan. Ghin. Gun. And these are all the noon is sakina. So you've pronounced them all, insha'Allah ta'ala. You've seen them all, insha'Allah ta'ala. And you've heard them all, insha'Allah ta'ala. And in this way, as we go through this, you'll be familiar to what we're looking at and what we're investigating during this chapter. An-noon is sakina. Now it's time for tanween. There are 4 types of tanween. 4 types. So we're going to go over, first of all, what is tanween and what it looks like. We already mentioned that it's the noon sound. But just like we did this right here, we have to go over it. We have to be very meticulous because, again, tajweed is not a science that you have to figure it out. It's a science that you learn. You learn through the meticulous study. And meticulous, we mean we go over word for word of the speech of Allah, the Quran. And this is the mabadi. This is the beginning part of this whole study. So those people who are impatient, who want to just give it to me quickly and move on, we're giving it to you as quick as we can give it. You know, if you want it any faster, you have to come sit down and sit all day long because we usually just do this in a day. You know, we take the time to do this class, but usually you're sitting with the sheikh for a couple of hours. Okay? Maybe not the sheikh, astaghfirullah, not the sheikh, but one of the student teachers that he's put forward for you to spend some time with. They give you more time than the sheikh. You go to the sheikh when you're ready to test. Okay, and then he gives you more than what the other teachers have given you in the course of the whole couple of hours, in a few minutes. But that only happens because you've prepared yourself. You sat down with the teacher for a few hours and he went over these things. So then when you sit in front of the sheikh, you're not wasting his time. Okay, and he cannot beat you up, but beat your teacher up. And say, what, didn't you tell him this? Didn't you? Who's your, like they say in medical school, they say, who is your anatomy teacher? You know, they ask you, who is your anatomy? Who is your tajweed teacher? Didn't you hear about who taught you Arabic? You know, didn't you know about these things? And so first of all, I said there's 4 types of tanween. Oh, this pen is no good. There's 4 types of tanween. And this pen is not that great. Anyway, there's 4 types of tanween. So the first, we have tamkeen, which is the main one that people see all the time. And that's the first one that we're going to deal with. But here, we're going to show you what it looks like. You see, this is tanween. Say an. In. Un. And this is with hamza. An, in, un. Ban. Bin. Bun. And I did this on purpose because you can either write the tanween like this, or you can write the tanween like this. Okay? It's basically the same thing. There is a difference. There is a meaningful difference. We're not going to talk about it at this very moment. As we go through the rules, I'll explain what the difference is looking at it. But right now, I just want you to get accustomed to recognize it. We don't want anybody to be pigeonholed. An educated person is not uptight. He don't get angry when he sees something strange. He thinks. He uses his critical thinking abilities to try to figure out what's going on. And if he doesn't, he says, Allahu a'lam, and he goes and finds someone to tell him, as Allah says in the Quran, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ ذِكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Go ask the people who know if you don't know. Okay? So, ban, bin, bun, jan, jin, jun, dan, din, dun, han, And now here, let me do this differently. Hin, hun, when, win, wun, zen, zin, zun, han, hin, hun, ton, tin, tun, yan, yin, yun, ken. You could do it this way. Kin, kun. Let me stop for a second and show you something. Kaf is written like this, and then you put a hamza in the middle of it at the end of a word. Okay? Why did I write it like this? Okay, these are the things, the little things that we pick up. You don't, when you're writing freehand, you're not going to stop and then go like that. So what you find, the teachers teaching you that of writing, teaching reading and teaching writing, you make the line and then you come back over. This hook here is a representation of the hamza that's supposed to be there on the kaf. Okay? So, I know that's not hard to figure out, and maybe people could have figured it out, but we want to make it clean and plain for everybody so they don't have to figure it out and hesitate. Okay? So that's all that is. Lan, lin, lun, Abdus-salaam. Man, min, mun, nan, nin, nun, sen, sin, sun, an, in, un, fan, fin, fun. Hold up, wait. What do we do here? Check it out. I put a dot under the fa and on the top. Can you do that? Yes. Originally, the fa was written without any diacritical marks. Then when they started writing it with diacritical marks, they put the diacritical mark on the bottom. Then after some time, they put it on the top. So both are allowed. Okay? Don't be pigeonholing your whole understanding. No, it has to be like this. No, because he's madhab. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody's madhab. Okay? Just educate yourself. Okay? This fat is acceptable like that. Even fat is acceptable without the diacritical mark because the shape is different from the qaf. The qaf. Okay? Son. Sin. Sun. Qan. Tin. I'm sorry. Qun. Again, pay attention. I put a squiggly line here and then two dots here and here. Can I do that? Yes. This squiggly line is a representation of these two dots. Again, when you're writing, you might not have time to go just like that. So what you may do, you go like this and just do a line. That means ta. Those are the two dots. So it means qaf. Is that clear? Does anybody need any extra conversation about that? Let's move right along. Qan. Tin. Qun. Run. Rin. Run. Shan. Shin. Shun. Tan. Tin.